Hey, what's going on guys? Mixuba here. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a blue-white control deck for standard best of one. So blue-white got a lot of new cards in Kaldheim, and we'll start out with those first as I like to do. First off, Planeswalker Nico Eris. So X-white blue-blue, meaning you can play this in the early game, mid or late game, so I love the flexibility. When it ETBs, you create X shard tokens. These shards are little mini enchantments that you can pump 2 mana into, sack them, scry and draw a card. So these little mini Maze Mind tomes that just give us a lot of card advantage over the course of a game. It has a +1, which we're not super in it for, but can come in handy. Where you plus it, and then the target creature that you plussed can't be blocked this turn, and whenever it deals damage, you put it back in your hand. So this has a pretty sweet combo with the Skyclave Apparition, where you plus your own apparition, goes back to your hand, and then you can exile another permanent, kind of putting your opponent in a soft lock and giving them a lot of illusions. But illusions are better than whatever permanents they have, so we're not too mad at this combo. It has a -1, so it can come down on 3 and blow up on a cheap aggressive creature, where you -1 deal 2 damage to target tapped creature for each card you've drawn this turn. So basically like a mini shock that scales. Or you can -1 create a shard token. So this thing can just generate a lot of shards, maybe blow something up. Great Planeswalker. We have Sot Coming, just our universal counterspell. You can foretell it on 2. We have a bunch of stuff to foretell. We have Sot Coming, Behold the Multiverse, and Doomscar. So, very relevant amount of foretell cards, and that means our opponent has to play around a number of things. Cosima. I'm a big fan of one Cosima in these decks. I'm not really in it for the Omen Keel, although the Omen Keel can be useful. I just like the ability to play Cosima mid to late game, or even early game if the opportunity presents itself, and just have a form of card advantage that way. I never want to be drawing more than one Cosima, so I've been really happy with just one copy in a lot of my Controlier decks. What else do we have? Behold the Multiverse. I'm trying out 2 copies, just a form of card advantage that we can foretell on turn 2. It might be a bit slow for best of 1, but we're trying it out. The Izzet Tempo deck, while isn't super strong in best of 1, still can play 4 copies of this and isn't too punished, so we're trying 2 out. Hopefully will show its worth. Doomscar, just strictly better than Shatter the Sky. Blow up all creatures, no drawback, and it could be a 3-mana board wipe if you foretell it. Other new cards, pretty sure that's it for new cards. I mean, we have the Hengegate Pathway, obviously, for our mana. But aside from that, guys, we'll get into the rest of the list. We are a Yorion deck. It is pretty much free. We have some stuff to blink, like Birth, Apparitions, Caskets for the whole Apparition Casket combo. Omen, get more 1/1s, get some more life. Resetting Loyalty is fine, same here. And ECD. So we're not a dedicated Yorion deck. Oh, also other Omen. Yeah, we're not a dedicated Yorion deck, but it's pretty much free as a companion, so really solid. And we don't mind running 80 cards. In fact, this deck could even run more. I mean, we have so many cards we want to run anyways. See, I've trimmed some stuff. 4 Caskets, early removal spell, stay alive, or in best of 1. Birth, hit your land drop, make a wall, gain some life. Pretty relevant card. Essence Scatter against creatures. Jories and Negate. I talk about this in pretty much all my control decks. I think Negate, or control deck videos, I think Negate is main deckable in best of 1 now because of cards like Tybalt's Trickery. And a lot of the aggro decks have non-creature spells that are super important to counter. So holding up Negate and like something like an Essence Scatter or card draw off the tome is very relevant. Same for Disruption, just spike something, hit ultimatums if that's what you're worried about. The Sultai or the Teamer one. Very useful set of cards. Omen, draw some cards, blink it with Yorion. Tome, draw some cards, gain some life, smooth out your draw. I've covered everything here. Just 1 copy of Omen of the Sun, because we're not super in it for the Omen. It can keep us alive and make some blockers. Not a horrible card, and blinkable with Yorion, but we don't want to see too many Omens over the course of a game. ECD, just take out a permanent. We have plenty of stuff to recur with Apparitions, Nico, Ugin being one of our win cons, and the 1 Dream Trawler if it doesn't get exiled. So ECD is pretty important, and yeah, again, blinkable with Yorion. 1 Shark Typhoon. Okay, so for those of you that haven't watched my control videos, I like 1 Shark Typhoon in almost all my blue-based control decks, because if you cycle it in the early game, the opponent has to respect it, and they might not make certain attacks. And if not, you can slam it in the late game, and it can take over the game that way, or just cycling for a big shark and control mirrors can get you there. So it's very versatile, although you don't want to see too many sharks, because in the early game, against very aggressive things, it is pretty weak, but this card scales very nicely. Dream Trawler as a win con and way to gain life. Good ECD target. Ugin, wipe the board, reset. Mana base. We have some castles here. You can cut down on those, put more basics if you're worried about it. We just have plenty of basics, and we have the Triumph for the land type and the Cycle, Temple, Pathway, Passage, very least standard. Amiria's Call, make some angels. If not, just Bolt Land is fine. Same for Seagate Restoration. Draw a million cards, or just Bolt untapped blue land is good too. So that's it for the list, guys. If you like the deck, be sure to drop a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it, and consider subscribing. It motivates me to make more content. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Let's get into some games. Okay, on the play. Hand is pretty good. We can keep. We have some foretelling to do, so we'll see if we're against something aggressive or not. Temple. I think I'd keep untapped land. I think tap land is too slow. We'll see how they come out the gate. Alright, come out the gate with Mountain, so we foretell Doomscar. If it was like tapped Sultai Triome, then we're pretty happy just foretelling the Behold. But yeah, we foretell here, and we hide double white, which is why we play the island first. Alright, opponent's going to get in there with the champion. See what the follow-up is. Follow-up with Rimrock Knight. Okay, so do we Doomscar? Do we take out this board? I think playing around Annex, we pretty much have to, right? Because if they play Annex, then we Doomscar, we're just super far behind. So, okay. Turn 3 board wipe feels good. And we'll see if we can take over with this card advantage. Yep, and they had the Annex, so feeling pretty good about my play. I can just main fate, or I can just cast Behold the Multiverse. Is that better than buying Yorion and playing tap land? I don't think so. Because I want to be able to blink all these ECDs, and we're not under that much pressure, but if we go ECD into Yorion and put them under tax for 2 turns and exile 2 permanents while putting out a big blocker, we're pretty solid. Alright, opponent's going to get in there, no cleave. They might have some sort of other damage-based effect, or sorry, like pump effect. But maybe not. So we go for the ECD. See what happens. Yeah, see, they have 2 mana. It's probably just the Bone Crusher Giant. Which is fine. If they want to stomp our face and then spend next turn slamming Bone Crusher Giant, we take those. Yep, and there's the stomp. That was the damage-based effect I foretold. Haha, puns earlier. Sorry guys, I go piss off. So don't want to cast other ECD, especially with nothing in the yard, so we just blink this one. Blink this ECD, and we'll play Triome tapped. Nice. Alright, so that curve panned out the way I wanted it to. And we still have Behold for later if we want. Can slam Shark Typhoon. That probably is throwing. And the opponent just scoops. Yeah, we take over from here. Any other permanent they play, we have ECD, we have Big Shark in the future, and draw power in the Behold. Alright, hand is good. Plenty of 2 mana stuff to do. Lots of dirtling though. But at least we have Essence Scatter against... I don't think this is a budget deck. I actually think this is life gain. Like Orzhov Clerics or something. So Aspirant. Yup. Easy Luminarch Aspirant. We'll put this on white. And I'll pass here. We have a couple lands and plenty of stuff to do with 2 mana. I don't want to get the Tome down right now. I think we scatter the Priest. Priest can get stupidly big. Especially in a life gain-esque deck. Ah, yes. Okay, and there's another Scarred Barons. Okay, and Doomscar. So we're playing this out. Now, what's the plan? We have 5 lands, technically. I think we can pass. I don't think we need the Tome right away. I like holding up Disruption, and if we don't actually play it, then we can play Omen of the Sea. I want the opponent to commit a bit more to the board, and there's a Righteous Valkyrie we can just eat. Making them feel bad about not playing their land. Okay, feels good. So we're okay for now, and maybe we don't even need to cast this Doomscar just yet. We'll hold it, take the Aspirant, and play Seagate tapped. Okay, and we're pretty in control of this game. If the opponent wants to swarm the board, then we just wipe it. Granted, we do need another land. Okay, Heartless Act, sure. Get your 2/2. And Hollowed Priest, alright. So, what do we do here? Draw, try to hit land? No land. Glass Casket isn't horrible, but we have board wipe, so I think we just drop it. And we find the land, so we can pass here and hold open everything, I guess? I mean, okay, if they're going to play a creature, I don't really want to counter it again. I'm pretty sure I just want to board wipe it. So we can get our... I think we get the tome down now. Purely based on the fact that I want to push towards having the 4 life gained back. And they go for the Vessel. Sure. So played this a little weird, but I think it's been okay. And I'm going to take a Scry just to get it closer to where it needs to be. Negate, not really. I mean, they might have reanimation, but it's okay if they do. And do we Doomscar here? Or do we just wait on it a little bit? We're taking, what, 4 next turn? I think we main phase this, try to hit land. Maybe foretell a Doomscar and just try to get a big board wipe. Maybe that's greedy, maybe it's not. I just don't see Orzhov Clerics bursting me down. We're basically saying I'm going to take 4 here, which is fine. Pathway and Nico, both good. Put this on blue. And I think we'll foretell this now and hold open Tome Draw. I know I'm playing super greedy, not holding open the counterspell, but I don't think I'm going to need to counter anything in particular. If they play another angel or another creature, then I just wipe the board anyways. Speaker, yep. Nothing else. So we'll draw. I'm not going to take the Scry. Yep. And now we can Doomscar. So drag that out a little bit. Now they have a Vessel in the yard. So you have to be cognizant of that. Passage. Yeah, land is fine. We have plenty of card advantage. And we can pass. Hold open, draw off the tome, and hold open the Saw It Coming. Luris. Saw it coming, bruv. And they might just scoop here. It would not surprise me. Yep. And we get there. Next turn, we just play Trawler and land, draw off the tome, and then we are in a crazy winning position. Alright, opponent starts. Hand is good. We have some interaction into Nico. So we're going to keep this. We'll see what they're on. Opponent. On those Celestia sleeves. Don't see those very often. Just chilling. Alright. So we keep. And Forest. Okay, well, we immediately draw an 8-drop. At least we have plenty of land. So hopefully you can get the Ugin. Bar any ramp. Looks like mono green. Land go. Hold open the Essence Scatter and the Disruption. Opponent's doing absolutely nothing. Not playing Amelia's Call just yet. We might want to actually cast it. 4 mana Questing Beast. What kind of hand did they keep? Weird. That's really weird, guys. So Nico or hold up Essence Scatter. They probably have another Questing Beast, honestly. Or else, I don't know what really makes sense. Maybe Vorinclex in this hand. Hopefully not Vivian. Yeah, second Questing Beast. Makes sense. Happy I didn't just play Nico into that. And we find Tome. So Nico, like Big Nico or Tome. I think we just get... well, we can do both, actually. Maybe we just try to get our hand played. And we go X0 and confirm. Make a shard. I think this is fine because if they have third Questing Beast, then it is kind of whatever. And we get Tome down to try to push to more life, even though we're not that under pressure yet. It's mono green, so we can outvalue them with very little card advantage. Bar the Great Henge, which Ugin will eventually answer. And I like getting Tome and Nico down with in the same sequence because it means we can draw extra cards off this and hit for big amounts of damage. Okay. Well, this isn't tapped, so Nico doesn't come down and kill it. And they just blow up the Maze Mind Tome. Feels bad. ECD? Jeez, is that land 8? 1, 2... Do we have to keep this? 5, 6, 7. I mean, this is land 8, and the opponent's on a really slow draw. Although I do think we have to find an answer to this Gem Raiser, and we're going to find land eventually anyways, so sure. Okay. Nico can make yet another shard. And we're going to put this on white and hold open 6 mana because we have 2, 4, 6. So sure. Opponent might Great Henge here. They finally have a big boy on the field. But sending 5 powered toughness at a Planeswalker with 1 loyalty feels pretty good. Garrick, alright. 2 turns till we can Ugin. They just make big Gem Raiser. And do you go for Nico or do you go face? They go face. Oh, sure. Ow. Big PP damage. Omen. Another Tome. This is land 8, so sure. And it's untapped, so we feel pretty good keeping it. Don't need more Tome. We'd have to draw 4 cards. We could actually... Can we do this? 1, 2, 3... Nah, not anymore. I could have not done anything with my turn and minus kill this Gem Raiser. But I don't think that's the play. Alright, lots of stuff. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. I think we just play this. Let's play untapped. If we really need untapped land, we can find it with the Omen. And we can sack Nico. How many cards is this? Jeez, guys, I'm trying to see if I can actually get 4 cards drawn. No, we can't. Do we make the 7/7s? No, we don't, because we need land. Let's just make our last shard and just sack Nico. Alright. Hold open all the interaction. Just trying to maximize mana use. Get to Ugin. Big Trampoly Gem Raiser. I think I do this to minimize damage. I mean, actually, no, because if they have a ram through, which would make sense, then they just kill me with the trample damage. So I guess that's a reason not to play Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sun, sorry. Okay. We'll go for this Omen. Birth. I guess we take other Omen. Gets us further to a land that doesn't cost 3 life. And we have a lot of Doomscar. Can I keep this? I don't think so. I think we do just want that cheap land. Another bolt land. Come on, boys. Shard. Please, mate. Tap land. On tap land, please. On tap land, baby. We do it. Shame that minusing 4 wipes my entire board. Because these omens could provide pretty nice value for Yorion. And we're dead to Questing Beast, but they would need their 3rd Questing Beast and 15 cards. And if we untap, we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, the reason we don't play Omen there is because we're dead to Ram Through. Is that the card? I'm pretty sure. And I'd rather not be dead to Ram Through. Okay. Bolt Face. I want 3 mana, another 3 mana. Can buy Yorion, I guess. Unless we just... Do we want to just spend turns making angels? Let's foretell the Sot coming. Keep that in our back pocket. And I think we're fine to just play one of these tapped. Do I buy Yorion? No, we want to hold up all this mana. What you got? Swarm Shambler, eh? Is it greedy to counter this because they might just go for mutation and then I'm very sad? Alright, let's Essence Scatter this thing. I don't want them to mutate a Gem Razor onto it, and then I have to minus my Ugin. And they scoop it up. Okay, so from there we just slam Omen, keep plussing our Ugin, and next turn, I think we have 9 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we play Miria's Call and hold up the Sot coming in Foretell, which went away, but trust me guys, it's there. Alright, no double white and Ugin in our opener, but I think it's fine. We'll find our second white source. Against Rakdos. Okay, fun matchup. And we find a Behold, which isn't horrible either. Sure, it's tapped, but it's our second white source. And aside from the Apparition, we have nothing else to do on 3. So I guess we're fine playing Tapland on turn 3. Okay, what do we drop? I think Ugin. We're so far from casting it. And if it's in the yard, ECD can recur it. So, turn 2 pass. Hold open, Omen, and Essence Scatter. I'm fine waiting on this Behold. I have no rush to foretell it. Ghost Rider, yeah, no. No creatures with ETBs for you. Okay, tap land, and now we probably just play Omen. I mean, that's all we can do. I don't think we foretell Behold the Multiverse. And opponent's yard is empty, so I don't have to worry about these escape creatures for a minute. Second Croxa. Little annoying, but... would we drop off? Probably just land. I guess we drop off this blue source. Sure. And this is a lot of cards in yard, but they're all escape creatures the opponent doesn't really want exiled. Exiled, sorry, my voice just went a little weird there. And we would have flooded really hard had I kept some of those lands, so glad I didn't. Play this, foretell into the multiverse. There's no reason not to. If we hard cast it, then we end up paying 4 mana anyways. Opponent really goes for another Croxa. Okay. I think we can drop off Negate. I don't think they're going to have anything worth negating, at least in a blue... sorry, my voice. For a blue-white deck. Like, they have steal effects, but I don't really care about those. A lot of Croxes in your top 11 cards. No. That's a lot of land, boys. Lots of land. Alright, so we buy Yorion. Play Tome. I guess we can go Birth. I wonder what this is. What's holding priority here? And yeah, we put 2 lands to the bottom already, so that's pretty awkward. And we buy Yori in here, meaning next turn if they do nothing, we can blink our Birth and our Omen. I don't think holding up Negate is worth it. Yep, Mire Triton. See. Fill up the yard a bit, and they can escape one of their Croxes, but it would cost them the rest of their Croxes. And yeah, that wouldn't have been negated, so no stress. Let's blink. We can save Skyclave Apparition for whatever they escape. Play Tapland. Mana can still be important. So I don't think I'm cycling the Triome anytime soon. And we'll see what we hit off these Omens. Not land, but I will take another Apparition. Okay. So I'm not feeling too bad. We can always just play Miria's Call and try to kill them through the air, which would be pretty funny. Yeah, we'll take 2. Not too fussed about blocking with the wall or the bird. So do you escape and try to get Croxa back? It's a play, but it would pretty much deal with a Ghost Rider and 2 Croxes for me. Oh, they go for it. Sorry, they get to keep a Roast Rider. I didn't realize they had another card in the yard. I will take 3. Again, not too fussed about it. We have so many Apparitions. We go here. Nice Croxamate. And that's 3 of them dealt with. Swing in with the Sky Noodle. Do I take out their other Mire Triton? Just wipe them of the board presence? Yeah, I think that's honestly the play. Because we have a 3rd. Just play other Apparition next turn. Play Miria's Call, and we're pretty much chilling from here. Our other option is just Scry with Omen and hold up Negate, but I don't know how... I mean, both are fine plays. It really depends how worried we are about another permanent, but again, we have the other Apparition. Alright guys, and we are back. So I'm a really big fan of this deck. I think it's one of the cleaner blue-white builds. Behold the Multiverse can be a little bit slow, so I might cut down on that, try to get a little bit more interaction, like maybe another Omen of the Sun or 2. But then your curve on 4 gets a little weird, even though you don't always play Behold on 4. I'm not sure, you guys can play around with these numbers, but I do think a similar shell to this is a solid blue-white place to go that is not trying to blink a bunch of permanents, right? Like, I think this is a very standard shell, or I say standard, like, I haven't seen too many shells like this, but pretty solid shell, all in all. The Boltlands got me killed a couple times today. Not only on screen, off screen as well. Just be careful with them. I don't know if I'd actually include all of them, but we have a lot of lands anyways in the deck, and it's only 3, so it's up to you really. You can just put more basics in if you're worried about it, or you don't want to spend the mythic wild cards. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Again, deck list will be in the description down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.